Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode. This week I'm doing an episode that I never ever in the world thought I was going to be doing, but I am going to be doing a basic stage makeup tutorial where I share some products as well as kind of the steps that I take to do my stage makeup. So when I first started out doing stage makeup, I was never super into makeup ever in my life. So when I started getting into kind of having to do stage makeup, I had no idea what I was doing. And I felt really lost in the dressing rooms. I felt like I was constantly looking at, okay, what is everyone else doing? And I just really didn't feel comfortable. So of course, I went onto YouTube and I tried to find some just basic stage makeup tutorials. And it turns out that there aren't a lot of those on here. So I decided to do one myself, not because I'm an expert, but because I'm someone who's not an expert who manages to do her own stage makeup. So I want this to be a video for people who were in the same boat as me, who had no idea what they were doing, and just want to feel a little more comfortable doing that. So here's the tutorial. All right, so here we go. A few things before we get started. I don't really know what I'm doing as far as makeup. I do very basic makeup during the day, and as I said, part of the reason why I wanted to do this video was because it was really difficult for me to find makeup kind of tutorials for just basic stage makeup when I kind of started to have to do my own stage makeup. So that's why I'm doing this. If you have any tips, suggestions, whatever, I would love to know them. Again, this is very basic stage makeup that we're doing here. So I would love to know anything about makeup or anything, so leave comments, connect with me, I love that. And again, the products I use are products that I have had a great experience with. I have very, kind of oily skin, however it does also get dry, so it's very kind of combination skin. So again, these are products that work for me. If you have other suggestions of products, that would be great too. I invest a lot of money in my skincare, so I use a lot of drugstore makeup, which, say what you will about it, I've had great success with it. So let's get started. Okay, so I use pretty much two primers when it comes to doing stage makeup. I use the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. This is the product that I use daily. And then I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte line for my kind of foundation stage makeup stuff. So I use their primer as well. I've had a really, I love their products. Again, I get kind of oily, greasy skin and I don't want any shine on stage. So I use the Glossier kind of all over my face. It's moisturizing and it also kind of has a blurring effect to the pores. And then I use the Stay Matte on my nose, my cheeks, kind of where it gets greasy. All primed and ready. So next up, like I said, I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte, and then I have kind of a beauty blender thing that I promise that I do clean. It looks dirty right now because I'm in the middle of the show. I love beauty blenders more than makeup brushes. I again think it kind of blurs things and doesn't create any lines. Call me out if you think I'm wrong about that, because again, I don't really know a lot of things about this. But like I said, I did not know what I was doing when I first started doing my own stage makeup. I literally had to ask people in the cast with me because there's just not a lot of basic stage makeup things on YouTube. So here I am doing that. So great. There you go. Lovely. Next up, I use a little concealer in this area of my face. Right now, I'm using NYX brand. I really like it. I have no issues with it. I bought it at Target and it's just fine. Then I also just take this little guy and blend. Okay, great. So a lot of people are loving contouring right now. That is not something that I know how to do or can do. I'm very confused by contouring. So I basically just do this concealer, I do blush, and I do a little highlighter. Again, I am very, very basic, but it seems like it works. So let's go into the blush. So for the blush, I really use Ben Nye for the stage. I got this in like a Ben Nye kit when I was in college, and I think it's great, again, for like stage use. So that's what I use. This one is Fresh Coral. Very fresh. So yeah, I literally use the brush that it came with as well. Great. I look like a clown now. Yay. That's what you want. Honestly, you just want to look like a clown when you're on stage. Okay, now once I get my blush on, I use a little bit of this like Stay Matte powder. Again, Rimmel London line, just to kind of make sure that everything is kind of nice and matte. And this I will, depending on like how sweaty I'm getting on stage and how much work I actually have to do on stage, and I can go in the dressing room and see like how shiny I'm getting, I'll just kind of like reapply this again more in like the T-zone area. Great drugstore product. It's very, very affordable. Next is highlighter, everyone's favorite thing. So I use Benefit High Beam. Love this product. I've had this, again, because I don't use this really on my daily makeup a lot. I've had this for a really long time. So I basically, just put it kind of right there. Easy enough. So great. Then you just kind of blend that in. Ta-da, easy enough. Drink some coffee. So next up, I like to kind of make my brows a little more defined. This is actually an Aveda brow pencil. They came out with it very recently. I use the dark brown shade, and I really love this product. It's very affordable, and it comes with like this nice pencil part, and then also like a nice little, whatever you call these things, to kind of blend them in. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, so enjoy. Okay, so you see kind of before I kind of blend it, they're a little harsh, and then you kind of, again, you use this little thing and kind of blend them in so they look a little less drawn on, and a little more like brows. Ta-da! Okay, next, I like to do a little basic eyeshadow. A lot of women I notice in dressing rooms really like to kind of play with their eyeshadow. I'm not bold enough for that, nor do I want to spend the money on an expensive eyeshadow palette. So I bought this one. It's an Almay one. And actually a friend of mine in college, again, suggested this one to me because I literally was telling her, I'm like, I have no idea how to do makeup. So some things never change. And she suggested getting this one. They make them like for your eye color. So I got like the one for brown eyes. And I got this little brush also just at Target. It's like ELF brand, so it was like literally $1. See, there you go. So you can see this one looks a little darker, but I think it's just the lighting. Actually, no, this one is a little darker. So as you can see, just kind of like a basic eye, makes your eyes kind of pop a little bit. So next, I put on some eyeliner. I use this, again, just drugstore brand. It's a Revlon Color Stay, the skinny liquid eyeliner. I like to do a little bit of wing on the side. I guess that's just personal preference. And I also don't know how to do eyeliner where it just kind of ends on your eye right there. Oops. All right, so there's the eyeliner. Again, very basic, very easy, and then I spilt it all over myself, so we're doing great. We're on to like the final steps of the process now. So I am going to put on some false eyelashes and put on a little lipstick, and then we're done. It's really easy. This took me like 15 minutes. Okay, so I've been putting on false eyelashes in shows for a very long time, and I have just realized, and you're gonna think I'm like really dumb if you put on makeup a lot, but I just realized how amazing it was to put on false eyelashes with a tweezer. I have been struggling to put it on with my hands for years now, and man, it makes a huge difference to not have to do that. So that was incredible. So usually when I work for smaller houses that don't have, you know, a lot of seats, I don't like to wear false eyelashes. I just wear mascara. But right now I'm on the Ordway stage, and that stage is really a good size. And so I like to put them on. It really doesn't matter, and if you hate false eyelashes, like, don't do it. I have a lot of fellow choristers who do not, but I like them and they make me feel fancy and fun. So I wear them. There you go. Easy enough. So there you go. Got my falsies on. Now I look like a classy lady. And I can't forget, when I'm playing a woman, I love to add, so I have a little mole right there, so I love to add a little beauty mark with just like a nice, this is a Ben Nye eyebrow pencil. I just like to accentuate it a little bit, so even if you don't have one, they're fun to add on, because why not? So the last thing I always like to add is a nice lip color. This one actually is an Aveda color. Again, I make things easy for myself. And I usually, unless I'm told otherwise, I like to do a red lip, just because, again, for the stage that seems appropriate. But, you know, different shows will call for different kind of lip colors. So I have quite a few. A lot of them are Aveda colors, but again, you can like get anything from kind of a drugstore. I don't use a liner really or anything. I just try to be careful. So there you have it. I like to do a little spritz of a makeup setting spray. This one is kind of running out, so I need to go actually get some more today. I meant to do that yesterday. But this is just Urban Decay. I really like this setting spray. I was actually doing some research to see if I should get another brand, if there's something that's kind of better, but this one kind of seems to be a, and I think they actually have new packaging now. This is kind of an old one. Again, I don't use it a lot. So it's just their kind of all night makeup setting spray. I really like it. So I just spritz and then I go on stage. And there you have it. Easy enough. Now I look way glamorous and ready to go on stage, but it's very simple, very easy. When I first started doing stage makeup, I was really, I felt like I had no idea what I was doing, and I felt really overwhelmed and stupid in the makeup room, and I don't want anyone to feel like that. So after a few years of experimenting and figuring out, you know, I used to do contouring, and then I realized that I looked like I had sideburns, and that wasn't cool. So I stopped doing that, and I realized I didn't really have to. So I don't want anyone to feel like if you don't do makeup that you can't do it in a stage situation. So that's why I wanted to do this tutorial. Again, I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like I've kind of perfected this like just basic look for stage. I really don't want anyone to feel like they don't know what they're doing when it comes to stage makeup, because anyone can do it. Lord knows if I can, you can. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.